What's up, Porch Nation? Welcome back to Porch Nation headquarters here in the rain-soaked Worcester, Massachusetts. It was week 4 here in the Greatest League, and it was our most competitive week so far. Bye weeks have begun, and the strategists have come out to play, so let's see what they were able to cook up. 8 games, and no time to waste. Let's get into it. Okay, week 4 was a hybrid week. We had East versus West Part 2. Meanwhile, North and South stayed home to play with their own toys. Let's start with an East-West showdown between Ross and Dylan. Ross had started off this season strong with big play from a few key spots each week. Dylan started off slow this season, taking a couple losses early and failing to crack 100 points through the first 3 games. This week turned around for Dylan with strong play from the bottom third, that's kicker, defense, and IDPs. Ross put up some big numbers again, but Dylan takes this one by about 13, and both teams end up 2-2 after this one. Continuing in our East-West series, Alex came in looking for his first win of the season. Jeff came into this one averaging 116.47 points per game and looking for his second win in a row. The story of how this game went from there was largely told by the Bills-Dolphins game. Josh Allen came up big for Alex, and Tua came back down to earth for Jeff. Alex takes his first win of the season. Speaking of first wins, I still haven't been able to eclipse 100 points yet this season, and this week would be no different. Josh and I each had 3 roster spots produce most of our points, but Josh's supporting cast did enough to beat me by near 20. And our final installment in the East-West games was our closest of the series this week. Ethan came in undefeated, and Pete's team is on the rise. The projections called for a decimal finish, and compared to previous weeks, this was a very close finish. Pete finally got a win with Lamar last week, and decided to put his trust in Burrow this week. Pete claims he likes to live dangerously.
It says here, name Danger Powers.
No. Danger's my middle name.
You ever done anything dangerous?
With the 15th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the 6-time world champion New England Patriots select Mac Jones. Wow, it is, Mac Jones.
Oh, jeez. That is dangerous. I've done something like that, too.
Play clock at 5. Pass is intercepted at the goal line by Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, they very shagadelic. Ethan takes his first loss, reducing the number of undefeated teams remaining to 1. Speaking of that one remaining undefeated team, let's head north for a Burger Parisi showdown. Despite having Mahomes at QB, Joe has struggled to find consistency this season and suffers a sub-100 game. Continuing to be led by the Dallas D, Berg rolls on easily to his 4th victory and his first in the season series with Joe. The other North matchup was the Battle of Dunbarton 2023 Part 1. Dee came in fresh off her first win, and Steve came in fresh off his first loss. Both teams saw underwhelming play, especially from the big point positions, but Steve is able to take this one by about 13. On to the South Division. This week's highest combined score came from Skinsy and Addy. Skinner crushed his projection on the way to this week's highest team score, bolstered by the Seattle defense and CMC's big numbers. Adam also smashed his projection, but not by enough to overcome this one. And now, our Game of the Week. Welcome back, Andy. Keep this up, and we'll have to change the name from Game of the Week to the Andy Invitational. This was a divisional matchup featuring 2 teams seeking their second divisional win, and both putting up big numbers thus far despite their win-loss deficit. After this one comes down to a half a point, I, for one, can't wait to see their final week rematch. Perhaps a game for a playoff spot, but time will tell. To be clear, last week Andy's score was a typo. I said 116 points, but he scored 160 plus. This week he may not have scored that much, but he does make it 2 wins in a row. Alright folks, that was week 4. We're still seeing just 2 zeros left in the league's win-loss record, and the rest are mixing it up and making the playoff projections messy. We've got some great matchups upcoming, including the East and West staying in division, and a razor-thin projection differential between Andy and D, so stay tuned for that. I'm somehow under a lucky sky at the moment, and so let's not risk getting soaked by making this any longer. Until next week, keep thriving, Porch Nation!
Bloop.